So students, in today's video we will talk about Henry Fayol's principles of management. The principles of management which are given by Henry Fayol. He has given 14 principles of management. Here we will talk about all the 14 principles which has been given by Henry Fayol. First we will talk about this division of work. The first principle which Henry Fayol has given as a principle of management, that is division of work. In this principle, he has clearly mentioned or he has determined that the work must be divided into groups, in the parts. On the basis of nature of function, the work should be divided in the various categories. So it will bring the standardization in the organization, standardization in the production, standardization in the whole enterprises. Second is authority and responsibility. Here in this principle, Henry Fayol has stated that there must be authority of making decisions should be given to the manager so that he can order to the obedience. He can order to his subordinates and make the decision which are helpful to the determination or to the fulfillment of the goal of enterprises. And along with that, he must be responsible to accomplishment of the goal, accomplishment of the work. If the work is not completed, the responsibility should be taken by the same person who has been given authority for the making decision. Third is discipline. In this principle, Henry Fayol has stated that discipline in an organization is one of the most important principles. If there is no discipline in the organization, if there is no discipline between the manager or the superior and subordinate, there will be hodgepodge and the organization will not function properly. So in an organization there must be proper discipline. Unity of command. Unity of command states that there must be one master. There must be one commander who command, because a person cannot serve two masters at the same time. So there must be only one master, there must be only one commander who command, who lead or who guide, who gives order to the subordinates, to the obedience. Unity of direction. Mostly the student confuse in unity of direction and unity of command. When we talk about unity of command, that indicate the person of commandant, means the person who has to issue orders and instructions to the subordinates. But when we talk about the unity of direction, it means there must be one plan which should be followed by all the subordinates and superiors. There should not be more than one plan. If there is only one plan, that will be followed by all. It will give the clear direction to all the individual so that they can perform the job according to the plan. Subordinates of individual interest to the general interest or to the common interest. See, each and every individual has his or her own interest, own personal interest. So here, according to this principle, it has stated that the selfishness or the self-interest should be surrendered for the interest of the organization, for the interest of the enterprises. If the self-interest is going to affect the organization, the whole enterprises, so that self-interest should be surrendered. And the general interest, means the interest of enterprises, should be adopted. Centralization. Here in this principle, centralization is the power of decision making in one hand. Most importantly or basically, when we talk about centralization, we are talking about the top level of management which makes the decision and other level of management which follow the decision. So here, in a proper organization, for a better and smooth running of organization, there must be neither centralization or neither decentralization. There must be a balance between centralization and decentralization. Scholar Chan define the level of authority. It is the way of communication. It states then which level, which person will talk to the which person, means a person is responsible or accountable for the particular superior. Suppose that in a scalar chain, when we talk about, we make the scalar chain, suppose that the top level authority is A and his subordinates B and C. B and C has a subordinate D and E. Here in the scalar chain, B, D and E can talk to parallel, B and C can talk to parallel, but when they have to receive the order and they have to have the accountability, means the responsibility or the answerability, the D will have the accountability for A and A will have for the B. This is known as scalar chain, where there is a way of communication has been determined by the organization. If here we also talk about gangplank. Gangplank is the distraction in the scalar chain. Sometimes it happens when the communication, when the message is very important and it becomes very necessary to directly send to the top level of management. D may directly send the message to A. That is known as distraction. Distraction takes place as gangplank takes place where the message is very necessary and very confidential. Now the next is fair remuneration. According to this principle, there must be fair remuneration, means wages, salary and various other things should be given to the employees, workers, subordinates, superiors, so that they can perform better. The person who is working hard and if he is getting less wages or less salary, he will be demoralized. So the fair remuneration and fair wages should be given to the employees. Order. In this principle, there must be a proper order of everything, of every activity, every action. There should be no hodgepodge. There must be an order who is followed by all the individual in an organization or in an enterprises. Equity. This principle states that there must be equal treatment for all the individual, all the employees in an organization. There should be no discrimination on the basis of caste, religion, sex or the work. Level of management. There must be equal rules, regulation and equal treatment for all the individual, all the subordinates and all the employees in the organization. Stability in tenure. Stability in tenure shows that the smooth running and the image of the organization. If the employees just come and go out from the organization, it put bad image of organization in the public. So there must be stability in tenure. The people, the employees who are working in the organization, they must work for the long time. It shows that the organization is established and organization has good rules, regulation and working condition. Initiative. Say initiative is one of the best principle which is given by Henry Fayol. Here in this principle, he has stated that every individual has its own self inspiration. Initiative, the creative work which given to the employee, it inspire the employees to work better and better, work more and more, hard and harder. So the initiative must be given to the employees who is performing well, good. Esprit de corps. Esprit de corps, it's a French word. It means the unity of strength, or the strength is the unity. In this principle, he has stated that there must be a team spirit among the employees. They must work like a team for the organization, so that the goal should complete on the time, or the predetermined goal accomplished in the predetermined approach, if the all employees work like a team. So today we talked about Henry Fayol's principles of management. In the next video we will talk about the planning, its steps and its limitations.